I be feeling like the man when I walk through. Ain't stunning what you saying when I walk through. I got all these hoes staring when I walk through. I done made a few bands on the walk through. Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? I done made a few bands on the walk through. I done made a few bands on the walk through.
So your blog is the premier website for all things trending in hip-hop, whether it's pop culture, everything. So is it safe to say you're well-grounded in hip-hop culture?
Oh, it's very, very safe to say that I am well-grounded. Although, I haven't been updating my site lately. Shame on me. God damn it. Shame on me, but I've been busy doing so much other stuff that it's hard sometimes to post. But I do talk about the rumors and gossip in the This Is 50 Radio, you know, weekly rumor rundown. I'm still updating, but not necessarily on my site so much.
Gotcha. So when did you first fall in love with hip-hop and knew that it was something you wanted to be a part of?
I fell in love with hip-hop in the 70s. I'm not going to say what year. My daddy, he passed away, but he was a DJ. And so hip-hop, I grew up with hip-hop. You know, my father is black and Portuguese, so yeah, so hip-hop it is.
So who would you say has made the biggest impact on your life?
The biggest impact? I would have to say my father. Like, you know, I come from the era of when people carried records in crates and put them in their trunk and they speakers and they turntables. Now you just have a Serato and that's just it.
Yeah.
You know, so I come from that era. Block parties, park parties, you know, battling and all that other stuff. These young people, they don't know about this stuff.
They don't know about it.
They're not ready.
So would you say that hip-hop created an outlet for you to be here on This Is 50 as well as create your website?
Oh, absolutely. Hip-hop is my life. I think it's not just music, it's just a lifestyle. I grew up in the South Side, Jamaica, Queens.
Big up Jamaica, Queens.
The South Side, we outside. So, I mean, hip-hop is definitely influential. And as a child, I was always nosy, picking up a lot of gossip. As a child, I was very nosy. No, I was always in people's business. You know, yes, I was always, you know, in, you know, my aunts and stuff conversation, you know, 4 and 5, talking about, my uncle did what? You know.
She said that.
Yeah, you know, and then they would kick me out and tell me to stay out of grown folk business. But who would have ever thought that I would get paid to be a gossiper?
Nice, the ultimate job right there.
Well, they tell you when God gives you a gift, can't nobody take that from you.
Exactly.
Shouts to God.
What was it like when you first started out in the industry, especially being a woman, because this is an industry where guys look down on people, you know, interrupting their territory, especially if you're a female. So what was it like first starting out?
Well, a lot of guys don't gossip, so it was cool, you know. I mean, let's say the barbershop, but
a little bit.
Yeah. More than a little bit. But, you know, other than that, like, I never had no problems. Like, I never came into this industry as no hoe, and I definitely didn't come into the industry as a troublemaker. So that kind of worked to my advantage.
Okay. You know? Yeah. So when you first created Hip Hop Gossip Site, what was the background? What was the vision for it?
The vision for it was I wanted to be like Nicole Richie. She was just so cool for me. You know, like when she first started, I was like one of the first readers. I used to post up all the comments. We used to go back and forth. Now she's like doing her thing. You know, you can't even send her an email and she'll respond. But you know, back then it was like so much fun. I was like, I could do this. I'm a gossiper. You know, I was gossiping anyway. So I just did it and it just worked for me.
So what was it like first starting out getting those mainstream interviews that basically everyone paid attention to?
I just happened to be at the right place at the right time, and there are a lot of people out there who probably say I fucked for interviews, but at the time I was married.
So that's completely false.
So that's completely false. Because what a lot of people don't know is that back in those days, my husband used to hold the camera. So there you go.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So, do you ever feel like, being that your website is sort of kind of blog, do you feel like there's a line between blogging and journalism where journalists try to throw shade at bloggers?
All the time.
So you do feel like there's a line, but why?
There is a line because journalists went to school to get their degree, and I didn't. I really didn't. You know, and I just say what I say. And, I mean, there is a fine line as to what I report, what I will and won't do. I don't talk about nobody's kids. And So that's where the line is drawn. And I'm not gonna say fact check because I do be fact checking, but it be the street fact check. Like,
exactly.
yo,
Keep wanting to hear the
you
streets.
be with so and so. Is that what really happened? And you know, I do that. You know, journalists, they'll go to somewhere else to get their info. Me, I'll call the people.
Yeah, exactly. It's always best to get the source, the news source from the source.
Right.
So was there ever a fear that your site wasn't going to work out, being that it is a blog and most people don't look at blogs as a credible source. They look at it as someone having a hobby. Was there ever a fear?
Funky Dineva said I have a hobby, and I love Funky Dineva. I don't really have no fear. I just feel like it was something I love to do. I like writing, and I love writing. That's something that, you know, I'm working on. You know, I'm thinking about doing a book. Somebody brought an idea to me that I'm working on. So I loved writing. So whether it did good or did bad, I was going to do it anyway.
So it didn't even matter.
It didn't matter.
I want to do it. It's going to get done.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you ever been confronted by a celebrity because you said something they wanted to keep on the down low, or ever was like, that's not right, let's fact check you, you know, was there ever?
Well, let me just say this. Ain't nobody confront me. And I'm not saying this, I'm not no gangster, I'm not no bully, but ain't nobody confront me. Now, will they send an email and say, listen, I didn't like that story, can we take it down? And then I feel like I'm wrong and I issue an apology, I'll do that. But no one. Because I give respect. I give respect to everybody. So it's just, I expect it in return. You know what I mean? Like, I don't disrespect people like that.
Do you think that these people who consider themselves journalists are afraid of bloggers? Because we all know that printing press is sort of kind of going out of style, and blogging is where it's at right now. Everyone is accessible to mobile devices, computers. Do you feel like journalists are more afraid of bloggers because they have the upper hand?
No, I don't think journalists are scared or fearful. I just think they got their work cut out for them because bloggers don't care. So when we hear it, we're going to put that out there.
They don't have to be.
And people are going to come to us first anyway because we're entertaining as hell. We be like, ooh, girl, did you see this girl's hair? Like,
right.
You know, but journalists would be like, in other news, you know, so-and-so had a red wig on and it didn't look quite right. But, you know, like, who cares? Like, we already put that out 15 hours ago.
True. So everyone knows you for Hip Hop Gossip site, but most people know you even more for the Gossip Game on VH1. So what was that experience like in having cameras follow you everywhere you went?
Well, the cameras didn't follow us everywhere we went. The cameras, you know, were stationed where they were stationed, and they would be like, "No, we need you down here, this address, come." You know, and that's kind of what it was. It was an eye opener. Definitely an experience, and it was cool. You know me because of that, so it definitely wasn't a bad thing.
Was there ever a moment where people closest to you were a little shocked at the things you said or did when they were watching the show?
No, in fact, everybody who was close to me was like, "Oh my God, this is Vivian in rare form, except she's on TV." Like
so
they,
real in reality.
it was who I am is who you saw.
Was there ever a time when the cameras were too much for you, where you just wanted a moment to yourself, even though they were stationed in certain places, you just had to like, okay, I can't do this anymore?
I think I would say when I had that conversation with my son, because see, what a lot of people don't know is when that whole thing with my son and sexuality came up, I just felt like that was something I was personally going through in my household. And that was not something I wanted to be on camera.
Yeah.
And I was struggling with certain things. So for me to have my first conversation with my son and how he felt about things and how I felt about things, it was a little overwhelming to have the cameras capture that because it was very raw, it was very emotional, and it was just a lot in the air. And I just feel like, even though I appreciate that, I just felt like that's a conversation me and my son should have had in the privacy of our own home with just us.
So are you saying that it caused a friction between you guys' relationship?
No, not at all. No, not at all. I mean, it is what it is. That's my reality. That's what y'all got.
So the show lasted for one season, and on your blog you said that it was due to certain circumstances that was behind scenes.
Right.
And something you mentioned was the moving of the time slot from 9 to 11, and certain shows coming back into rotation. But was there anything else that you personally think that caused the show to get canceled?
No, I don't think it was. I mean, I don't know, the time switches, but it had nothing to do with the cast. It had nothing to do with the production crew. It had everything to do with, VH1, the company, and the politics that were going on there that had nothing to do with us. So whatever happened there, I don't know. I just know that's why it didn't continue.
So most people don't know this, but you did mention it when you were on the last page that you had a regular 9-to-5 job working at the hospital.
Right.
So what was that like? And when you went into work, what were people saying to you, being that you were on television?
I mean, it's regular. Like people see me all the time. It's just real regular. Hip hop don't pay like that. So you have to have a 9-to-5. Blogging, unless you're Nicole Bitchy, blogging don't pay like that. You have to supplement. And I'm a hustler, so I'm never gonna be broke. It's just not happening. So if I have to have a 9-to-5, do this on the side and do that and get paid, I have all kind of income coming in. I'm not hurting. All my kids are well taken care of. I have a house. I have a nice car. I'm not hurting. My bun be messy, and I'll be looking like who shot John sometimes. But know that I eat well.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
So Summer Jam just passed, and this is 50 radio. So there's a lot of friction and a lot of things going on and being said about 50 and the whole jumping and jacking of a chain situation. So we can't get it straight from the source. So closest to the source, do you feel like 50 had anything to do with it, even though he didn't physically touch or jack the chain?
Honestly, I've been told not to talk about that. That's the only thing I can't talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like because you work here and people look to you for answers that you sort of kind of have to put a block up and can't be as comfortable and open with the conversation?
What do you mean?
As far as, even though you can't talk about it, do you feel like you become a target?
I ain't nobody's target.
Okay.
I'm not nobody's target. I'm cool with everybody across the board. Everybody involved in whatever situation happened, I am cool with everybody.
Okay.
So that doesn't involve me at all, which is why I'm not going to comment on it.
Okay, so now I just want to get to know Vivian Billings on a more personal level.
Okay.
So here's a little game that we like to call Get to Know You. It's a series of
Get to Know You.
questions,
Okay.
and they're in no particular order. There are some questions pulled out the sky,
Okay.
here, whatever. So you have 5
Pull it out the
seconds.
sky for sky.
You have 5 seconds to answer, and you have to be completely honest.
5 seconds. Like, all right.
So you ready?
I'm ready.
So hottest artist out right now that you think is whack or overrated?
Wait, say that again now? Don't put the timer on yet.
Hottest artist that's out right now that you feel is whack or overrated?
Whack or overrated?
Be your personal opinion.
I don't be listening to these people. I really do. Who do I think is overrated? I don't even know.
They're all good to you.
Everybody's good to me.
So being that creating
5 seconds is up after that one question. Okay.
So being that creating sex tapes are popular, would you ever do sex tapes?
Absolutely, I would do a sex
If the
tape.
coin was right?
That's right. Vic and holla. I'm ready to do this like Brutus, like my girl Shay Mack said. We ready. Yeah, girl.
So make that noted. Biggest challenge you had to face in the public eye?
Me and my son's situation. That's the biggest thing.
So worst and best person you ever interviewed and why?
The worst person, I would have to say Joe Budden. And I'm not saying because he's the worst person.
No shade.
No. It was my first interview ever.
Okay.
And I was asking all the wrong questions. And he kept looking at me like I pitied this fool. But, he was so good about it. So I would say that would be my worst interview. My best interview, I would say, would be with DeHaven, who's not known like that in the industry, but he was Jay-Z's right-hand man.
Okay.
And that interview got and this 4 or 5 parts. Each one got over 100,000 views.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so he was my best.
Okay. So if you could be in any other profession, what would it be?
Stripping.
All about that coin. Why?
Butt shots is in, and I don't know who these illegal doctors are, but I need to see one of them. I want to get my booty right and be a bottom girl or a stripper because they are winning.
They are.
They are winning. They in videos. They going to all these trips. They fucking all the rappers. Like, what am I doing wrong? I'm a good girl.
think that's the problem.
I think that's the problem. Like, I don't do none of that shit.
Okay. So, biggest mistake you've made in your life?
Ooh. Oh, biggest mistake I've ever made in my life. Ooh, I mean, I've done so much shit in my life.
That you can't pinpoint
What
one.
have I done? I mean, what haven't I done? I would say the biggest mistake I've ever made in life is not my children. Maybe the first person I decided to have children with. Big regret.
Everyone has some of those.
Big regret.
Where do you think hip hop is headed?
I was about to say in the gutter. I was about to say that, but no, it's coming back. Like the reuniting of G-Unit. It's popping. You didn't expect to see Young Buck come up on that stage, did you?
50 is growing, like seriously.
50's so gangster. You gotta love what Queens do. You got to. So I think it has potential to get better, but it's not bad.
So what do you like most about being a radio host?
What I like most is that I get to say what I want to say.
Keep it real gangster, right? All the
Not
time.
I'm not gangster. I'm the sweetest person out there. No, I just it allows me like free expression. I don't have to like curb what I'm saying really too much because I'm not on TV. Like TV, you have to curb.
Yeah, so to kind of be nice.
Yeah, and plus they edit you. Radio, they don't edit your ass. I love it.
Okay, so what is the meaning of life to you?
The meaning of life is to fucking live it. Don't feel trapped. Don't let nobody hold you back. You want to do something, life is short.
Yeah.
I say enjoy it and give out lots of love.
Definitely. And last and final question is
Vivian Billings is a mother, a father. I say father because I was a single mom for a very long time. A sister, a daughter, a blogger, a radio host, I'm everything that people probably thought I was never going to be. You know, because it was like, you know, I grew up in an environment where I was like a statistic for a lot of things, like a teen parent, you know, this person, you know, just all kind of stuff. And I always defeated the odds because I was hell bent on proving people wrong.
definitely. So now, look at you now.
Hey, look at me now with a fucked up bun, work clothes.
That's hard work, people. That's what you call hard work. But definitely thank you for taking the time out and sitting with me and All Eyes on Who.
All Eyes on Who? Oh, this is All Eyes on Who? Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl at Gossip Viv from This Is 50 Radio and This Is50.com, and you are checking out AllEyesOnWho.com. Me.
Okay, so can you tell me when did you first start out here at This Is 50?
I've known the staff probably for years, since 07, 08. And then I used to do my other stuff independent with my crew, Dutch and Pusha K from 576 Productions. People know me from True Stories Radio, interviewing porn stars, having them talk shit for real. Millions of hits. And then when the opportunity was presented, it was with another host, and then we were doing the show, and then everybody parted ways, and then they brought Viv in. Well, everybody was approached about Viv. It was like, what do you think? I said, oh, the girl on television? Yeah. But I knew her before because she was doing her hip-hop gossip site. And I remember we did an interview with Smack, and he's like, I'm the king of the DVD world. And then I remember Viv put under the comment of the video, great interview, but my brother, you need to understand that this is the king of the DVD. Just get your facts straight. Great interview, though.
Kept it real, then that's when you fell in love.
Of course!
Set.
Of course! If she's gonna check it like that, that means she'll always make sure the kids go to school. There's food on the table. You know?
Awesome.
She'll make sure everything is shaved. You gotta respect it. She's eating great tomatoes right now. Great tomatoes and brittle cheese she's eating.
Oh goodness. Okay, so at here, This Is 50 Radio. It's basically hip hop at its finest. So when did you first fall in love with hip hop?
I started late because I just didn't give a fuck. I was really into listening to white people talk shit on the radio, but it was Jay-Z's Volume 2 album, Money Cash Hoes. Something about that song.
You are a late bloomer.
Yeah. Something about that song. I said, yo, this shit right here is speaking to me. Because I lived that life.
Gotcha.
Beamer, Benz, and Bentley, I was living 2/3 of that life. I just didn't own a Bentley. I didn't own a Bentley, so I can't.
Okay, so Beamer, Benz.
Oh yeah, I lived that whole. He'll tell you.
Gotcha. So, you are completely uncensored. Don't give
I'm
books in the world.
No, I'm
But what
laid
is
back.
one thing people don't know about you?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know my name.
Okay, so what is your government name? Like first, middle, last?
Listen, I would have to be really in love with you or penetrating you raw with no condom for you to get that, or a combination of both.
Oh, okay, so can we at least get like the initials?
No.
No?
Yo, I'm gonna keep it so real, darling. My mother don't call me by my real name. Nobody does. Nobody.
Wow, okay.
Not even my sister. It sounds weird.
Okay, so you are an uncensored host that does not like your first name, middle name, last name out there.
No, because people are nosy. You know, one day a woman.
Well, that's your job to be nosy.
No, not really. I don't give a fuck.
No.
Vic will tell you. Vic will be like, yo, I got such and such coming. Do you want a bio? Say, fuck a bio. I'm not gonna read it. I don't give a fuck.
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna read the bio. Like, oh, you know he did this song. I don't care.
Okay, so last and final question. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years if someone does not step to you for being uncensored?
Listen, I've been jumped by 20 niggas, so I've been stepped to. I'm not afraid to get hit. I got crooked teeth from niggas sucker punching me, so. I've been shot at. I've had my arm dislocated into my heart. It ain't much you can do to me but break my legs. You can do that, we good.
Okay, so.
But in 5 years, I want the ability to not only, right now, I'm currently positioning myself to where I will never be put in position for child support.
So that is a warning, ladies. Stay far away.
No. I take care.
Okay.
But I'm not going to pick a woman that, even though she knows I'm doing well, that she's going to put me on child support. She'll know that I'm going to take care of her, and I'm going to take care of the kid, and I'm going to make sure that I'm with her. I'm positioning that. I'm positioning myself to get a Lamborghini to where I can drive backwards and crash it and walk away.
And don't even give a fuck.
Injury free. That's it. It's true. What do you want me to do? Do you want to date a regular man? No.
Well, if he's anything uncensored, like I don't know, maybe a little censored.
Let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you something. I've never met a woman that tolerated a boring man.
True.
I'm very laid back. I read books. I used to be a telemarketer. I used to sell children's books. I've never sold drugs. Willingly. Unknowingly, probably.
Okay, thank you so much for sitting down and talking to me. I really appreciate it.
You came prepared. You asked some great questions. I was ear hustling. And she's a great interview. She gives great answers.
Definitely.
You know, that's what I like. I have to give you something so when you watch this, even if you don't put it out, it tickles yourself.
And that is all, folks. I'm your girl, Skylar Dream. We are here at This Is 50 Radio.
Your Instagram is popping. Like, you got like 700-800 followers, but like 180 likes. They fuck with you.
And this is all
She ain't paying for no likes. You know, she ain't paying for no fake surgery. Ladies, listen, if you have a fat ass, it doesn't mean anything if you can't cook. I swear to God. That's real nigga shit.
Preach.
Oh, you're only there for the moment. It just looks good when it shakes after a nigga busting you, but if you can't cook, if you can't take care of children, you can't speak proper English, I don't give a fuck. If you can't drive a car, I've been fortunate. I've never been around a woman that can't drive a car aggressively, and I love myself. This is the scumbag, the resident scumlord, the rent collector, the Heineken, in full effect. Yes. Live at This Is 50, G-Unit office. You seen him at Summer Jam, real quick. We hijacked Drake's song. Wale, we're hijacking your song too. And we're here, live on All Eyes on Who? Who? I don't know.
On
me?
you.
On me? Why? I'm just a nigga. I have a college education though.
Real niggas in this motherfucker, man. You feel me? Do the real nigga walk through for me, hey? I be feeling like the man when I walk through. Ain't stunning what you saying when I walk through. I got all these hoes staring when I walk through. I done made a few bands on the walk through. Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? I done made a few bands on the walk through. I done made a few bands on the walk through. People don't know now, I don't talk to. Me and Parliament in the big, he a boss too. Sitting at the round table making balls move. I done walk through with Gucci on my feet. Who got more money, you or me? I'ma walk through usually with my nigga, better believe that I got the tool on me. I done swung past security. What the fuck do you need glasses just to see me? When I'm coming full speed, got that V12 running. And I'ma jump the fence if I see 12 coming. Even if I were blind, I could still smell money. I can't trust no outside niggas, they could tell on me. I'm the alphabet boy, cause I keep a L on me. I smoke good, throwing up my set in your hood, nigga. I be feeling like the man when I walk through. Ain't stunning what you saying when I walk through. I got all these hoes staring when I walk through. I done made a few bands on the walk through. Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? I done made a few bands on the walk through.
Money over here, what you thought, clown? Play crazy while you high, had you knocked down. No frowns round here, bro, we all smiles. G7 just dropped, got all staff.
Mars hurt the boy out when I walk through. Scarface for he died, did part two.
How your people tell promoters that I'm coming, park me in the front, leave the shit running, here's 100, what up? Live your bitch like a coin, better call it, nigga. She got a thing for us, big dick ballin', nigga. She bout to rock the boy Mike, tell it feedback. The realest nigga out my city, and I mean that.
I be feeling like the man when I walk through. Ain't stunning what you saying when I walk through. I got all these hoes staring when I walk through. I done made a few bands on the walk through. Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through? Watch me, hey, why me walk through?